Welcome back. So now we're gonna talk about the exponential form for some complex numbers. Okay, so we will find the exponential form for square root of 3 plus I, for minus 2i, 1 plus I, and finally 3 over 1 minus I. So we remind ourselves that the exponential form is given a number z. Z can be written in exponential form as the modulus of z e to alpha I, where the alpha is the argument of z that's modulo 2 pi. Most of the time, alpha is in this interval, minus pi, to make the computation easy and simple. So let's start with our first example. So the first one is square root of 3 plus I. The first step is to find the norm of z. And by definition, we know the norm of z is real part squared plus the imaginary part squared, which is 1 here. So we have square root of 3 squared, which is 3, plus 1 squared, which is 1. So we have square root of 4, which is 2. Okay. So in this case, we have z, the norm of z is 2. So to find this form, we just factor out by the norm. So we have 2 square root of 3 over 2 plus I over 2. Okay? So in this case, we know that this is the cosine of some angle that's square root of 3 over 2, and this is a sine of some angle that's 1/2. So we know from trigonometry is this one is e to pi over 3. Okay, and pi over 3 is in this interval. So we have found the exponential form for this guy. So z square root of 3 plus I is equal to 2 e to pi over 3. Next, we do the following. We do the z is minus 2i. Okay. Here, there is no real part. It's only imaginary part. And the norm is the square root of minus 2 squared, which is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. So we factor by 2, and we see we have minus I. Minus I, there is no sine and cosine part. But we have to be clever in finding it. So we can write it as 2e minus I pi over 2. Okay? Y minus I pi over 2. Okay, let's write this one in complex in algebraic form. So we have cosine minus pi over 2 plus I sine minus pi over 2. The cosine of minus pi over 2, which is here, is 0, and the sine is minus 1. So we have I times minus 1, which is minus I. So this is z e 2e to minus I pi over 2 is the exponential form for this number. Okay. Next, we're gonna find the form for minus I. Let's have this one. Let's do z minus 1 plus I. Okay. So let's deal with this one here. Let me put this one here. So let's see what we can do. Okay. So here we can find the norm. The norm of z is the square root of 2. Why? Because it's minus 1 squared plus 1 squared. Square root of this 1 plus 1 is square root of 2. Okay? So let's factor out by this one and see what happens. So z can be written as square root of 2, okay, minus 1 over square root of 2 plus 1 over square root of 2 times I. It can be written again as minus square root of 2 over 2 plus I square root of 2 over 2. This looks like some pi over 4. Okay? But here we have this minus. Okay? We can take it out and we can write square root of minus square root of 2 cosine, or square root of 2 over 2 minus I square root of 2 over 2. Okay? Here we know that minus square root of 2 cosine minus pi over 4 plus I sine minus pi over 4. So we can write it minus square root of 2 e to minus I pi over 4. But we have this minus here. So the minus here, it should not be in the norm here. So the minus one, we're gonna do it in a tricky way. So it's e to I pi. So it's square root of 2 e to I pi times e to minus I pi over 4. So we have square root of 2 e to 3 pi over 4. So this is our z. Okay, so this is the norm, and 3 pi over 2 belongs to minus pi pi, and this is a positive number that's facing the exponent. So we found the exponential form for this number. Okay. The next one that we want to find is, let's see, the number 4 is z is 3 over 1 minus I. Okay. So to find the norm of this one, norm of z is the norm of the one on top over the norm of the one on the bottom. Please see other videos for more explanation. So we have 3 over square root of 2. Okay. So we found the norm. Now let's write this one in algebraic form first. So to do that, we multiply by the conjugate. We have 3, 1 plus I over 1 minus I times 1 plus I. Okay, we get 1 plus I over 1 minus I times 1 minus plus I is just 2. So we have 3 over 2, 1 plus I. Okay, now let's simplify. Let's find that we know the modulus for this one. 1 plus I is square root of 2. So let's write it this way: 3 over 2 square root of 2. Okay, square root of 2 over 2 plus I square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so if we know this one, cosine pi over 4. This is sine pi over 4. So we have 3 square root of 2 over 2 ei pi over 4. Okay, so this is our for z 3 over 1 minus I. So it's 3 square root of 2 over 2 e to I pi over 4. So this is the exponential form for this number.